Hi guys, look who it is there. It's my favorite class. It's so good to see you. All right, we're going to start our warm up today with all of these silent letters. And then the plan for today is going to be a new word of the day that we'll talk about and add to our notebooks. And then we're going to do a little dictation, dry erase boards, okay? All right, repeat after me. WR, wrist, er. What's the silent letter? The W. RH, rhyme, er. What's the silent letter? The H, very good. GN, nat, What's the silent letter? The G. KN, knife, What's the silent letter? The K. MN, column, What's the silent letter? The N. MB, lamb, What's the silent letter? The B. And last one, GH, ghost, G. And the silent letter is the H. Very good. Okay. So as promised, we will get into a word of the day. Let's just use this document. Okay. So here we go. Check it out. What does the word say? Let me hear you knock. Do you guys know that knock? It's like a friendly knock. Sometimes people have secret code knocks. Okay. So let's talk about this word. What do you notice? Yeah, it's got the digraph at the beginning with the silent K. So I'll go ahead and underline it and I'll cross off that K by highlighting it with a color. What else do you notice? hmm It's got a digraph at the end. Yep, but yeah, we can mark it. Why not? Good. And how about the syllable type? Let's underline or scoop the syllable. It's kind of hard to see that we underlined just those parts now, so I'm actually going to undo that. But what kind, I'm going to do this to show that I'm scooping the syllable. What kind of syllable is this? Yeah, it's a closed. So the O can get a little brev over it because the O right here says ah. It's a short O. Cool. Um, what other silent combinations can you come up with off the top of your head without looking in your notebook or seeing them in a word? What else other than KN? Go ahead, rattle them off. Okay, sounds like you got most of them. And now, as always with word of the days, we need to come up with a sentence so that we can add it to our student notebooks. So who was a sentence with knock? Please knock before you come in the room. Okay, I'll start with an uppercase. Please knock before you enter the room, period. Or you know what? I'm going to put an exclamation point. Now I'm yelling it. Please knock before you enter the room. An exclamation point can mean that you're like happy and excited. It can also be angry. So here's our sentence. Let's go into our student notebooks and go in the centers where the vocabulary pages are. You're looking for a K. Oh, wow, there's only one K in here. It's on page 70. You should be able to find it. So you're going to write the word knock and mark it. Don't forget, I didn't cross off this K and you need to, and I didn't mark the brev over the O. So write the word and then add the sentence. Okay, pause while you work on your word of the day. Okay, awesome. So now you need to get out your dry erase board. And before we do our normal dictation, we're going to play a little game. So we're going to start with words that have the M sound. So what are all the different sounds that we can, all the different letter combinations that make this sound? And remember, these little lines mean that it's the sound inside. So it could be just an M, it could be MB, or it could be MN. Okay, I'm going to write 4 words down here that have one of these M's in it, and I'm going to put a little blank. I want you to copy them down with the right combination in. Ready? All right, so here's our first one. We're gonna do all the mms. So here's your words: plumber, stomach, column, and numb. I want you to copy them down with the correct sound for Check your spell checker or check your spelling options if you need help. Pause here until they're all done. Okay, you ready to check your answers? It should be MB for plumber, just an M for stomach, MN for column, and MB for numb. Okay, erase and get ready for the next one. Now we're going to do all these words that have the N sound. So it could be N, KN, or GN. Your words are gnat, knuckle, schooner, and knee. Go. Okay, pause if you need more time. I'm going to give the answers. So gnat is GN, knuckle, those are your knuckles on your hand, is KN, schooner is just N, and knee is KN. And some of you that are asking, what is a schooner? And do notice that it's the CH that says K in this word. It's a sailing ship that has 2 or more of the masts, and usually one of them is smaller than the main one. So this is what a schooner looks like. And some of you might recognize that word because does anyone like to go to Nantasket Beach in the summer or even in the winter? There's a restaurant called Schooners. Have anyone ever seen that before? Cool. All right. Well, let's get back to our list. And after the N, we have one more combination we're going to do. It's words that have the sound So it could be R, WR, or RH. And the words are wrong, wrist, rhubarb, and trophy. And now I bet a couple of you out there might be wondering what rhubarb is. It is a vegetable that looks like this, and I like it in a pie with strawberry rhubarb. Oh my gosh, I'm so hungry now. Okay, so here's your words. Ready? Go. Okay, pause if you need more time. Here come the answers. Wrong is with WR. Wrist is also with WR. Rhubarb is with RH. And trophy is with just R. All right, how'd you do with that game? Good. Okay, now we're gonna do our normal dictation. So first thing I want you to do on your whiteboard is we're gonna do 3 sounds. Number 1, write all the sounds that say all the ways to do You should have M, pause here if you need more time, MN, and MB. Number 2, all the ways to do K. You should have 4 of them. C, K, CK, and CH. And let's do one more today. Yeah, let's do There's two ways to do F and PH. Great job. Okay, erase those, and we will do 3 words, one on each line. Okay, here's your first word. Wrinkle. I have a wrinkle in my forehead. Wrinkle. I hear at the beginning and I hear cull at the end. So thinking about those rules and looking in your spelling options if you need help. Pause until you're ready. The was indeed the silent letter, wrinkle. So let's underline that digraph and cross off the W because it is silent. Okay, number 2, repeat after me. Technical. If you want to get technical, I should cross it off, not just highlight it. Technical. Okay, pause until you have technical. All right, check it out, guys. There's that word, technical. And does anyone remember how we're going to mark the CH? We're going to underline it. It's a digraph, and then above it, you can always write the symbol like this to show that it makes the K sound. All right, let's do one more word. Let's do the word numb. I'm so cold. My fingers are feeling numb. Numb. I hear at the end. Pause until you have numb. And there it is. It is the MB. So let's underline it and cross off the B because we don't say numb. We just say numb. All right, my friends. And next we are going to get into a sentence. Okay, repeat after me. Kids were bombing the fort with snowballs. Kids were bombing the fort with snowballs. Pause so you don't see the answer. Kids were bombing the fort with snowballs. All right, if you unpause, you can check yours to mine. Should be a capital K in kids. Bombing, there's an MB, silent B. And then I think we have time to do one more sentence. Fix up any mistakes you made on that one, though. Kids were bombing the fort with snowballs. Okay, here's our last sentence and last job for today. It's got a contraction in it. Listen closely. She'll knit a scarf for Ralph. She'll knit a scarf for Ralph. And Ralph is a name, so make sure you give it an uppercase. She'll knit a scarf for Ralph. Okay, pause until you're finished and then check your answers with mine. Okay, and before you go, I just want to know, what is the predicate in sentence number 1? What's the action predicate? Bombing, yeah. Can you picture that in their head? They were just bombing the fort with snowballs. And what's the subject? There's a few subjects. The kids, because they were the ones doing the action. The fort, it's a place that was getting the action. And the snowballs, the thing that they were using. And what's the predicate in this sentence? Knit. That's the action predicate. She's going to knit. It's like sewing. And the subject, who's doing it? She is. And what does she'll stand for? She will. And then Ralph is also uppercase because that's who she's doing it for. So there's 2 subjects. All right, erase your whiteboards so they're nice and clean, and we'll see you next time. We have 2 more days of Unit 13 with silent letters. Oh, oh.